Hey kiddies, I'll tell you what, your Uncle Dan has been through some serious shit. That's right, there's been a lot of battles that I've dealt with. But I'm here to tell you there's a way to escape from it all. You'll be stuck in an endless cycle of wage slavery. When you die, probably no one will care. Sure, your kids love you at the moment, but when you perish, your wife will have someone else do the flower arrangements, and your kids will be calling a new man daddy. But the good news is this. There's a way to escape from it all, and that is to immerse yourself into a great work of fiction. Let me share some of them with you. How about the character of Daryl Standing in Jack London's The Star Rover? He's brutally tortured by a ruthless prison system and gets fucking shredded from being fucking starved. He's put into a canvas jacket for days at a time and suffers brutally from angina until he takes psychedelic trips by entering a trance-like state and relives past lives. He digs down deep and emerges as a cosmic lion, roaring across interstellar space and other dimensions. Rawr! Fuck yeah! How about everyone's favorite muscular hero, Lenny, with a heart of gold and trapezius muscles of steel? Steinbeck's timeless strongman kills fucking everything he touches and still maintains great rapport with nature. Let me tell you about my personal favorite, fucking rainbows. Let's take a little journey into the liquid ghetto. I picked my body off the grass and started walking, albeit hobbling towards the sound of a crying baby. The sound was getting louder as I moved at a brisk pace for my broken body. I felt my left knee pop out as I slapped it into place. The sound wasn't an auditory hallucination. There really was a baby crying in the distance. Did someone abandon their child on this desolate island? I had seen much more shocking, traumatic events in my short, turbulent life. Someone must have purposely left an undesirable child to die in misery and suffering on the island. After pursuing the abandoned baby for quite some time, I found myself at an enchanted lake. Something felt eerie about this place. The wolves of anxiety were howling in my ear, and my heart started racing. I didn't see any baby, and the crying had ceased. I now started to hear a three-part whistle coming in the pattern of low, high, low. My thoughts started racing like two hungry children pegged against each other, racing for candy. I started to dig through my memory bank and searching for answers as to what this whistling could be. Was that fucker Joseph playing tricks on me? It was impossible, as he was still back at the camp. I paced around the lake as my mind started to work against me. I sat down on a large granite stone. I looked for a few moments at the lake and I saw a small brown creature starting to submerge from the water. As the creature moved slowly forward, I could tell that it was the overly obtuse otter that I had seen previously in the day. How was this shit even possible? I felt a strong sense of consternation as the otter's eyes were now visibly staring at me once again. They illuminated red as crimson and with piercing determination. The otter splashed out of the water and was now on the rocks before me, standing 30 yards away. I had a half-eaten moon pie in my pocket. Maybe this was just a very hungry, albeit fat as fuck, otter. I pitched the moon pie at the otter and it looked down and shook its head in the fashion of a human and continued to stare directly in my eyes. "This better not be some Pet Cemetery bullshit!" I yelled at this demonic creature that was now content eye-fucking me from a short distance. The yelling woke up a group of juvenile ravens that swooped over my head. I stood petrified as I watched the otter shapeshift into something ancient and forgotten. Before me now stood a dark, towering figure that by my most conservative estimates was 14 fucking feet tall. The monstrosity before me was nothing organic to Earth. It was a black mass in a humanoid form with the same penetrating red eyes staring at me. The creature opened its mouth and rows upon rows of dagger-like fangs glistened through the darkness. This is incredibly fucked up, I thought to myself. What do you want from me? I was now shaking and screaming at the demon before me. I waited for an answer, continuing to shake as if someone had sprinkled my water with 100 milligrams of clenbuterol. It does not matter what I want, Mr. Morgan. I always get what I want. The demon laughed and started a slow pace towards me as I started walking back slowly with my eyes fixed on the shapeshifter. What is this thing? I was searching through my memory bank once again without finding any answers. I knew that it was not human, and its intentions included either A, eating me for a midnight snack, B, sodomizing me with an elongated and erect demon penis, or the most terrifying option of C, sodomizing me with an elongated and erect demon penis and then eating me for a midnight snack, and writing my family back home with a recipe in which format he prepared me in. The horror. Fuck you, you fat otter shape-shifting motherfucker. I come out on top. I pulled my Glock 40 out of its side holster and blasted the son of a bitch with 6 rounds straight to the fucking head. I was never a bragger, but Jarvis had pointed out my excellent shooting in times gone past. No such luck this time, as the monstrosity continued to laugh as it continued to approach towards me. As it crept closer, the creature morphed once again, and now my brother appeared before me. Dan, it's me. Hey, I told you that this Freemasonry is some wild shit. Pretty cool, huh? Now I had to destroy my brother, I thought, but this was not my brother, ending into whatever bullshit level of Freemasonry he was at. This was a Kushtaka, the ancient Tlingit River otter man. He was the shapeshifter and representative of everything evil in our location. Joseph had warned me of them before, but I had chalked it off as to another Bigfoot or Loch Ness monster. Oh, how I wish I would have had listened to him now. Listen, Kushtaka, you've had your fun. Now it's time for you to get the fuck out of here. If you leave now, I promise not to completely fucking decimate you with skilled acts of pugilism. I did not ask for this. Once again, the creature morphed into a black mass and now was in a fury. Ha, human, there's nothing you can do to harm me. You thought you could come to St. Thomas Island and return alive? It is not so. Unspeakable horrors await. The black mass roared at me. Look! Fuck! Just don't sodomize me, okay? I was starting to feel a little more than defeatist at this point. Sodomy, oh yes. I had forgotten that means of torture, but certainly your asshole will not be safe. In my dimension, penis extension pills actually work and are relatively affordable, Mr. Morgan. This will not feel comfortable. Afterwards, I intend to make you into a nice stew. You are a quite large individual, and provide at least 2 meals for me. Fuck off! I gave the demon the finger. I could at least die with dignity. The Kushtaka now sprinted at me full speed as I tried to hobble away as fast as possible. Yes, a large granite rock was just in sight. If I could throw it at the demon's foot, maybe it would slow its progress. I stood and grabbed the rock and tried my best Nolan Ryan once again and threw it directly at its foot. What is that? I do not manifest pain, you meekly human. I was trying to remember how to defeat a Kushtaka and was drawing blanks. Wait, there was fire. Fire would always defeat a Kushtaka, Joseph said, but I was at least a mile away from the fire. Fuck. There was also copper, but copper was also not going to do the trick, as the only copper I possessed resided in the boat. Now I recalled the third option and knew what I had to do to get the job done. I would not die at the hands of the River Otter Man on this night. The Kushtaka's giant furry hand grabbed me as I felt a couple of ribs instantly crack. Fuck! The pain was dreadful. Any last words, human? I heard as the Kushtaka grabbed some pills and guzzled them down his demonic gullet. Yeah, feel the warmth of my piss, motherfucker, I shouted at the demon pill-popping rapist. What? No! I hadn't pissed for hours and I let the floodgates loose. I managed to unzip my pants and was now directly pissing into the demon's hand as speckles splashed into his face. The creature started smoking and was now on fire. His hands released and dropped me on the ground. It was a long fall and my ribs were screaming in pain. The Kushtaka was running in circles as it continued to burn a fiery death. I cupped my hands and pissed what I had left into them and splashed the Kushtaka one more time. Boom! An explosion illuminated the night sky and I was thrown onto another bed of granite. The adrenaline was flowing through my veins and I had relished it like a junkie after a successful high. Rainbow 1, Kushtaka 0.